Love is a beautiful thing, truly wonderful, but sometimes it can get complicated, perhaps even dangerous. When we become deeply invested in our partners, we may feel like we can't live without them. It's problematic. Or that maybe our happiness is completely tied to their approval. This can lead to a pattern of behavior known as codependency, where one's emotional well-being is dependent on the other. In this video, we'll explore the signs and effects of codependency in romantic relationships and offer strategies for cultivating healthier, more balanced partnerships, as well as a self-evaluation to see if you're codependent or not. Alright, let's get started with Ethan's personal experience. Your boy Ethan thoughts have been down this dark path too many times. You see, I have first-hand experience with codependency. And let me tell you, it sucks the life out of you. Seriously, it is never, and I mean never, a good thing to have codependency in a relationship. To me, codependency is like a constant fight. So let me give you a picture. Let's paint this mental picture, alright? You guys ready? You are deeply into someone, then you start dating them. You gradually but quickly get in the habit of constant communication. And by that, I mean like phone calls every night, texting 24/7, hanging out nearly every day. Before you know it, you've built your entire life around being with this one person, to the point it's actually kind of toxic. You may hear people in your life complain that you're attached at the hip, or all you do is hang out with your girlfriend/boyfriend. You will probably ignore these people and be like, you're crazy. What are you talking about? I'm just happy, you know? And then being in love is an addictive thing. The thing you're experiencing most likely isn't even love. Let's be real, guys. You're too young for this, and it's probably just an addiction. You see, dating is much like being addicted to heroin. Seriously, the parallels are all there. You get really high when you see your person and really low when you don't. You may experience withdrawals. You may lash out at your family and friends when you don't get your fix. This is a problem. You clearly need to go to love rehab. When I was in this spot, I was a bear to be around. And I'm lucky that I made it out with the support of my friends and family. But it's best to break this cycle as early as possible so you don't burn bridges, because burning the bridges is quite easily the easiest thing to do to ruin your life revolving around a girl, alright? So typically, girlfriends aren't even a forever thing, especially when you're young. 3.5 years I spent with one particular individual, and we were codependent up until the point she started cheating on me with a dude she met on Xbox. Which is weird. Funnily enough, though, I had those love blinders on, and I allowed myself to be continually manipulated. Never again. This is exactly why I returned to YouTube. Not to call out my exes, but to warn young men and women like me about some of the easy mistakes that you can make in a relationship. But I still feel it's important to elaborate a bit on my personal experience. Imagine you were with someone for the better part of 4 years, and you get into the nasty habit of seeing them every day. And yes, I do mean a nasty habit. Talking to them all the time and making it your personal mission to see to all their needs. I was driving this girl around everywhere, dumping entire paychecks on her for no reason other than to have a nice date or get us a new thing. Well, I've got some bad news for you, champ. Dates do not last forever, and you'll eventually run out of money. So now picture this. We go back to college together, and all of a sudden I stop hearing from him. Gradually, the relationship becomes more abusive. There already was in the past since she controlled my entire life. Nothing was really allowed past her. And then you only start to hear from them when there's something to fight about, or when they need you for something. She would have me doing like entire homework assignments, and then afterwards tell me she doesn't feel like talking to me. That was definitely not an ideal situation for young Ethan to be in, but at that standpoint, you'd think I would say enough is enough, right? Well, I didn't. It eventually got burned in the ultimate way. This story will of course be elaborated on more in the cruise breakup story, but it's important that you get the picture. I was perfectly willing to be walked all over because I had been addicted to a person for nearly 4 years. Don't let it get to this point, guys. Break the cycle. So I bet you're wondering, am I codependent? Probably. Most people I see into relationships in my age range tend to have some degree of codependency. It is unsurprisingly common to see. Here's a quick self-evaluation, the Ethan Thoughts test, if you will. Are you in constant communication with them? Do you get upset when they don't answer the phone and have the urge to spam call them? Do you constantly check your phone for text from them? Are you stalking them on social media to see if they are active and fear they may be ignoring you? That's a big one. Do you feel like you would literally die if you and your partner split up? If you answered yes to any of these, one or more of these, honestly, you probably have some codependency issues, but don't worry about that, alright? Ethan's got your back on this one. We can solve this, and I see two ways to go about this, alright? There is a solution, but it requires both partners to work together, right? The number one solution to codependency in a relationship is to take a break from your phone. This is what you can do. You don't need to tell your partner quite yet, but as soon as you notice codependency, you should try going a day or two talking very minimally to your partner. It is important that you have your own life, so that one day, if you two decide to get married, you can actually provide for each other, be interesting for each other, and actually have a, long-running happy relationship. Next up, you have to have a conversation with your partner about focusing on yourselves. Hey, I noticed we both have the tendency to suck up all of each other's time, and maybe set some new expectations going forward in a relationship. For example, we can call each other before bed, but let's hang up the phone and actually go to sleep rather than staying on the phone all night. Or we can hang out a few nights a week, but if we hang out every day, it's not going to be as special. Now, they can take it one of two ways. They will either be supportive of your needs for some more time to yourself, or they will go completely ballistic and unleash all of their insecurities onto you. Projection tends to be the most common and unhealthy way to cope and resist changes in relationships. Typically, you're going to be blamed for all the problems in the relationship at this point if the person is indeed toxic, and that's a good signal for you. And unfortunately, she's going to probably accuse you of maybe wanting to see other women. Oh, you don't want time to yourself, you just want to see other people, or you don't love me anymore. To some degree, this could be a natural response, but only to a point. If they're completely unwilling to cooperate with you, then I have some sad, unfortunate news. You need to break it off. There's literally no other way. She is not it. I know, it sucks. But, whatever. This isn't even about her as a person. You both aren't mature enough to handle a relationship. You're going to be codependent. You can't be in a relationship. It's as simple as that. It will always end badly. So, codependency is not it. Alright? You are young, and I think we'll all be okay. There's no point ruining the best years of your life by wasting it simping for a controlling girlfriend. Am I right, guys? Plus, don't worry, Ethan's gotcha. I will be continuing this dating series for quite some time. Don't forget to check out the playlist, and I'll be there every step of the way to help you get into a happy and healthy relationship with the girl of your dreams. Alright? We'll see you guys next video. Don't forget, I will be soliciting free dating advice in the comments section below.